Ladies and gentlemen, today is day 6 of my Christmas series where I'm sitting down with any of you that might be feeling a little bit lonely over Christmas. Maybe you're not seeing family, maybe you're not seeing any friends. I thought I would do these videos and we could kind of hang out for a little bit over this week. Let's go through some more comments. We did a little bit of this yesterday and we'll read out and respond to a few of them. So Goma123 says, "Hey, I really appreciate that you do these videos. Thank you. You can have a heart, my friend, and you can have a thumbs up, and you can have an auto canned response." YouTube, the back end of YouTube, which is what you're seeing right now, like if you're a content creator, you get to see this cool area called YouTube Studio, has these like AI responses, and some of them are just so tone deaf. Like these are fine, but every now and then someone will write this long paragraph about I'm really sad because my mother just died or some shit, and it will be like, "Thanks for sharing," or like, "Congratulations," and you're like, bro, YouTube, I think you missed the mark on that one. So, Goma123, I appreciate you appreciating me doing these videos. Ned Flanders 472. So there are 471 other Ned Flanders out there, is what I'm getting from this. A little bit late, but I will join into your series as well. Welcome. Really gaining momentum from your content recently. That's fucking awesome. I will spend Christmas with my mother. Unfortunately, there's no contact to other family members, which makes this time of the year pretty lonely as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty common, honestly. I think there's a lot of people that don't have family or don't have a lot of family that they spend Christmas with. And, I used to be in that boat myself, like I said. Most of my life, not most of my life, but like most of the years over the last 10 years, I haven't seen my family. And last year and this year, I'm hanging out with my best friend. So I have someone that I'm hanging out with. But I think it's really common that a lot of people don't see friends or family over Christmas. And because everybody else seems to be having a great time, and it's a season of giving and it's a season of holidays and Christmas carols and all of this kind of stuff, I think a lot of people get sort of like swept under the rug or just ignored. And you're probably not. This is how I always felt when I was alone on Christmas. You're probably not going to put your hand up and be like, "Hi, everybody, I'm lonely," because you see everybody else having fun. And you don't want to interrupt that. You don't want to be like, "I'm fucking lonely." So I think it's quite common that there's probably a lot of people that don't have someone to spend Christmas with or someone to spend this holiday season with if you're not into Christmas. But you're probably never going to hear from those people. Hence, this series that I'm doing right now. I will then travel in between the years to visit the escort girl again that I've been to last month. I know money would be better spent on a photo shoot for Tinder, but I want to see her again and gain some more experience with her for the moment. On that note, money would be better spent on Tinder. It's your money. Like, you're allowed to spend your money however the hell you want. I know that you might have some rules or some expectations, and on that note, the video series that I did recently, these ones here, there are no rules. There are no rules. I did a 3-part series, this one here as well. There are no rules, where I talked about there really are no rules in life. And you're probably feeling a little bit of guilt. Like you're saying, I should have spent the money on a photo shoot for Tinder, but I want to see this girl again. That'll just be those rules kicking in, the rules that people have of how you should spend your money. Even communities like this one, this self-improvement community that, like my channel and all of that kind of stuff, people will be very opinionated on how you should spend your money. I won't. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, although in the past I was very opinionated. So if you read my Tinder guide, that is very opinionated. If you read anything from, before 2 years ago, that will be very opinionated. So yes, I was very opinionated in the past, but I'm not going to sit here now and tell you how to spend your money. It's your goddamn money. So, you can kind of, if you want to, let go of some of those shoulds or like that guilt, that feeling of, man, I should be spending it on a photo shoot for Tinder. No, you should spend it on whatever the fuck you want to spend it on. It's your money. You can just make more money. You know what I mean? There's infinite money out there. Go get a second job. Go work a side hustle. Boom. Now you have more money. Build a business or something. And yes, these things can take a little bit of time. But hell, go out on the street right now and walk up to strangers, walk up to 200 strangers and say, "Can I please have $1?" You will get a decent chunk of money. I'm friends with a guy called Adam who's homeless. I walk past him every day. We sit down and chat sometimes. And Man, the dude makes more than enough to live. Trust me. Trust me. And he just sits there with a little sign and he talks to people and he asks for money and he makes more than enough. So you could start a side hustle just walking around on the weekend asking people for money. Boom, there you go. You have a little bit more money. You could spend a photo shoot. So there's money all around us if we're prepared to ask for it. And obviously, if you have a business or you do something to give value to other people, then it's easier to make money. But you can walk up to strangers and say, hey, if I tell you a joke and I make you laugh, will you give me $1? There you go. That's you offering value. You're giving something to someone. You're giving a service or entertainment to someone. So anyway, that's a complete side tangent. I get very passionate about the idea of making more money because I think a lot of people are I think we often have a lot of guilt and shame around how we supposedly should be spending our money. And at the end of the day, man, it's your money. Spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. But if you have the guilt that you clearly have here, then you're probably not going to enjoy the escort girl that you're seeing as much as you otherwise would if you got rid of all that guilt or let go of a little bit of that guilt. So it's your money. Why not go all in with this escort girl if this is how you want to spend your money? And, gain some experience, have a good time, let go of the guilt or the feeling of, man, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be spending it on a photo shoot. No, you should spend it on whatever you want to spend it on. All right, next question. By the way, actually, before I read out any more questions, I know you guys can't answer me right now, but I wonder if you're interested in the back end of YouTube, because I was always really fascinated with this shit. Like, I wondered what it was like to be a YouTuber. And I always wondered what what the videos look like in the comment section and all of this. So if you're interested, I know you can't answer me right now, so I'll just show it off anyway. By the way, yes, I have a channel violation. I have a warning on my channel because I won't show it on the screen, but because I linked to my threesome guide, and that's not okay because it has nudie pictures in it. So YouTube was like, hey, listen, you can't do that. And I was like, I'm sorry, YouTube. And they were like, it's okay. You only have a warning. You don't have a channel strike, but don't do it again. And I was like, okay, thank you. I love you. And that warning will go away in a couple more months. That warning has been there for 1 year, and that warning goes away, I believe, in 6 days. Anyway, I'll show you different parts of the YouTube platform if you're interested in. So this is wait, how about we make this bigger? There we go. Make it nice and big. You can't see my face anymore, but that's okay. There you go. There's my cute little face down in the corner. So this is like where you post the videos and where you schedule the videos. Let me make sure you can see all of this on the screen at once. Basically, you get to post your videos in here. You click at the top, create. You click upload a video. You can also make a post and all that kind of stuff up there. And you put your videos in here and you can like schedule them. Or you can make them unlisted, which is where they're technically on the internet and I could show them to you, but they're not live. You can make thumbnails. Wow, look at all the cool stuff you can do in here. I find this shit really fascinating. When I first started this channel, I found this shit like so unbelievably cool. You can add thumbnails. You can add it to a playlist. You can say, whether you want it monetized. Oh, I tell you what I can show you. I can show you guys how much money I make. First of all, actually have a guess. Wait, that's just for that video. Never mind. Have a guess how much money you think right now. Pause the video. Have a guess how much money you think I make from YouTube ad revenue every month. You probably got that number in your head. Bearing in mind, I'm a channel with 8.6 thousand subs. So get in your head how much money you think I make from YouTube ad revenue. And the amount this is in 1 month, $46. Fuck yeah, I'm rich. I'm rich, motherfucker. I'm rich as hell. So yeah, I don't make much money from my videos. I make barely any money because my biggest videos, I can show you what the most popular videos would be. Actually, it's easier if I just show you that on my channel, isn't it? The most popular videos on my channel have I think 200,000. I have one that has 200,000. Yeah, this one here, the male dom one, that has 300,000. And it's not monetizable because I talk about BDSM and certain categories you don't make any money from. You can see here ineligible, limited, ads off. I turn ads off on most of them, limited, because if I talk about BDSM or sex, I can't really make money on that, limited. Also, if I swear too much, but swearing's usually okay. Can't make money on that. So I can make money on the ones that are just normal videos where I'm talking like this one here today. But even then, most of those videos, I might make $2 per video. So yeah, not exactly making a shit ton of money from YouTube, but that's what my coaching is for. And that's what the Play to Win video course is for and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, YouTube doesn't give me much money. But I'm just grateful for the platform. All right, is there anything else you guys would want to see on here? Not really. That's the interesting shit. I find the analytics interesting. Okay, I can show you guys the analytics. And by the way, if there's anything else you want me to show you on this back end, any of you, like feel free to ask. Like leave a comment, but what else can I show you? I can show you the audience. What would you be interested in there? I guess I can show you the channels that my audience watches. They watch a whole bunch of like BDSM and some like general self-improvement. You guys and girls. So you watch this one. This is like a BDSM one. Miss L is like a BDSM one. I have no idea what that one is. Fire Woman. 1M. I actually don't know what most of these channels are. Sterling Cooper. Some of you guys will know who Sterling Cooper is. So these are just channels that you, the audience, watch on top of mine. I don't know any of these channels. Owen Cook. I've watched little bits of Owen Cook. He used to be like a pickup artist, but I've watched his channel lately. He's more like this, almost like spiritual. He still does like pickup artist stuff, but he's a lot more like spiritual and just general motivation and shit. And he goes to these like amazing locations. Like look at these, even in these thumbnails. He just goes to these beautiful locations and he does like my kind of content, but he just talks from these most amazing freaking locations. It's so incredible to me. This is like some of the stuff that I would love to do when I have more money. This stuff is like amazing to me. So that's really cool to see him like continue to evolve, because he did used to just be the pickup artist guy. Not that there's anything wrong with being the pickup artist guy, but he's like evolved into, or he's completely changed his content as the pickup industry has started to die, which it definitely has. The pickup industry is like very much gone underground, which is why I'm not really interested in pickup artist stuff anyway, but it's why I don't really do just that anymore. I do self-improvement, and that's more just because that's what I'm interested in. I always do what I'm interested in. Like I've never really done the content that I think will do very well. I care about what I care about. What are some of these other channels? Bianca Bo, I can never pronounce that name. Okay, is this like BDSM stuff? What is this? Is this entertainment? I have no idea what this is. Honey Birdette Lingerie. Is this like an OnlyFans chick or something? What is this? Because she's clearly wearing like latex, and all these videos are just called like, these look like sexual. Or like, do you get what I mean? You know how there's the channels where they look all pretty and they look cool, and then you go to their OnlyFans. I don't know if that's what she's doing. Or is she just like trying on outfits? This is really interesting to me. It's so interesting to me, like all the different content creators and stuff on YouTube and how they make money. So how does she make money? Like, what is she doing? Not that money is the be all and end all, but like, what is her channel for? I don't know. That's really cool to me. Sterling Cooper. I know Sterling Cooper. He's like a sex guy. Yeah. See, he does like self-improvement advice for men, I think, mostly. Yeah. Yeah, and this is mostly sex stuff. This is cool. Breastplate, how to give her a nipplegasm. Do you understand how fucking rare that is? I've dated one girl in my entire life who could have orgasms just from nipples. Now, to be fair, like certain women, when they're really horny, if they're playing with their clit, playing with their nipples can make them come even harder. But I had this one girl, it was this Asian chick, and she was like, you know, she was really shy, and she was like, I can come from my nipples. And I was like, bullshit. And like, I literally just played with her. We didn't go anywhere near her clit. She was completely like dressed, and I just played with her nipple. She sat in my lap, like facing away from me, and I sat behind her with my arms around her, like hugging her. And I just played with her nipples for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And she started coming. And I was like, bullshit, you didn't come. You just faked that. I didn't say bullshit, but in my head, I was like, bullshit, there's no way she just came. And so then I got her to get naked, and we did it again. And I was watching her pussy like literally contract, and you know, all the things that happen when you orgasm. And I was like, no fucking way, just from playing with her nipples. So I've seen that once in my life, which is like insane. Mismatched libido, low sex drive, do this. How to increase semen volume, 7 tips. I went down this rabbit hole one time because I'm someone that doesn't come a lot, usually because I was just jerking off and having too much sex. That sounds like I was bragging, but I wasn't. But it was usually because I was jerking off too much. So I never really came a lot. So the biggest like thing that I did to increase how much I come, if that's something that any of you give a shit about, is just like come way less. And so even if you're having a lot of sex or something, just don't come each time. And tell the girl, like literally say, you know, real alpha men don't come, and so that's why I'm not going to come. I'm joking, but like I would tell the girls, listen, hey, I don't want to come. I'm trying to like save it a little bit because I want to come bigger. So I tell them so they wouldn't be like offended and worrying, like, how come you didn't come? Did I not do a good job? But yeah, this channel's cool. I've looked at his channel a few times. To be clear, I haven't watched any of his videos, so I don't know like how good or whatever the content is, but I love the topics he's talking about. Dirty talk is so much more than talking dirty. Fuck yeah, my man. Yes, yeah, yeah. This is cool. I like this guy's channel. Well, I like the topics that he's talking about. Erotic choking advice. This guy looks like me too. Like he's bald. He's basically me. Look, he's me, but like fancier. He's me in like a nicer shirt and probably has a nicer body. But it's me. Yeah, look, he's me. Look at that beautiful bald head. All right, Sterling Cooper. Not that you give a fuck about my opinion and not that you're ever going to watch this. Actually, I don't know. You might watch this and you might care about my opinion. See how it's like square layout in this video and there's like giant black borders at the top, everybody? That's because he's recording on Zoom. If you record on a different platform such as StreamYard or if you record on Riverside, there's all these different platforms that you can record on instead of Zoom. Then it crops the person's picture and makes them full screen. So the layout is better than like this on YouTube. But there you go, Sterling Cooper. There's me reaching out to you and giving you some unsolicited advice for your channel that has like fucking 400,000 subscribers and you don't need my opinion. What is this 1M stuff? Society's immaturity crisis. Sounds like the news. The news uses words like crisis. Today's men live like children. Good times ahead for all of us. That's nice. I like that. Do men's voices continue? So this is like a masculinity channel. How to avoid being a loser in your 30s. How to get rich starting. Okay, so this is all modern men are frauds. Yeah, this guy's bald. Why is everyone bald? So this just looks like men's self-improvement advice. I generally speaking shy away a little bit, and I'm not telling you guys what to watch, by the way, but I'm just saying me personally, if you care, I shy away from stuff that's negative. It's like society's immaturity crisis. Modern men are frauds. I hear that and I'm like, no, I'm not interested because it just reminds me of the news. And there's that saying, if you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss stares back. What's this? This is a random channel. I think some of these are just going to be random channels. What is this, BDSM stuff? Anyway, there you go. That's like the stuff that you guys and girls watch on top of my channel. Oh, and here's the actual videos you watch. That's cool. Lots of this will be like BDSM stuff, I think. Anyway, what else can I show you here in the back end? I can show you... I'll tell you what I can show you. I can show you if I can find it. 70% of you are not subscribed. 30% of you are subscribed. Do you guys and girls remember when every YouTuber was doing that for a while? There was like a 6-month period, I swear, where every YouTuber would show this on the screen and be like, hey, and just letting you know, 70% of you are not subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button. And no one does that anymore. Audience, yeah, like 20% are female. 80% are male. 0% are user specified. I have no idea what that means. I guess like non-binary or something. So we have 0% non-binary people. Age groups, nobody under 18. Good, that's how it should be. I don't think anyone under 18 should be watching my channel. I mean, they could do whatever they want, but like, I don't want anyone under 18 to watch my channel. Obviously. Like, it's very fucking sexual. It's like, get the fuck off my channel. Please. Please. 18 to 24. Yeah, here's what I would expect. I would expect most of my audience to be like in this bracket between 18 and 44. That's obviously a huge age range, but look, that's like, 70% of the audience right there. And then a little bit over that. I have a client who's in her 40s, I think. She might be a little older than, I think she's in her 40s. And we're working with her. So we do have some older clients. I worked with a 59-year-old guy who was learning to cold approach, learning to go out and approach women on the street. I found that really cool. He was like 59. He had, put a lot of effort into his appearance and made a lot of, improvements there. And he was out there like approaching women. And he would approach women in their 20s or their 30s. And he was like a super chill guy. And he had some really good reactions, got some phone numbers. So I loved that. I worked with a client in his 50s on his Tinder profile as well. And oh my God, like that guy had just he was like a real estate mogul or something. And so he had plenty of money. And he'd done some photo shoots where he was showing off like his nice car and his nice clothes and all of that. And he just looked like an absolute like stud of a human being because he's in his 50s, really well groomed, but he didn't know that he was really attractive and that he had all these things to offer women. And basically the entire coaching call was me just saying, Jesus, man, like you don't understand that this is like your top 1%, but you don't understand that you're top 1% because you haven't ever gone out there and tried. Because I think he'd been in like a long-term relationship or something that had ended. And I was like, you haven't been in the dating market. You haven't been on Tinder. You don't understand how you're top 1%. Because he was trying to like, he was basically thinking that he had to wait. He's like, I know I'm not, good enough. And maybe I need to take, a photo on a yacht or something. And I was like, dude, like you already have photos of you with this amazing like luxury car and you're wearing suits in every photo. And these are like beautiful photos done by a professional photographer. Like, dude, you're top 1%. Just go out there and make that Tinder profile. Because he was like holding back and procrastinating making the actual Tinder profile. And I see that with a lot of people where they haven't made a Tinder profile or something, if Tinder is something that they're interested in, but they haven't made the profile because they're worried that they're not good enough yet. And it's like, make the profile, get a few matches, meet a few women, have a little bit of fun, have some great dates, meet some interesting people, and you can improve your Tinder profile while you're doing those things. A lot of people procrastinate until everything is perfect. And it's like you kind of need some feedback with Tinder photos anyway. You make your profile, you see how many matches you get and how the women respond, and you can ask some of the women, what do you think of my profile, blah, blah, blah. And then you change it according to that feedback because this thing of making Tinder profiles is an art to some degree. There's a lot of art to it. And so there's a lot of feedback that needs to happen. You make your profile, you see how women respond to it, and then you change it a little bit. Let's go back to some of these comments. So yeah, by the way, if there is anything that like any of you are interested in on this back end here in the YouTube section, like let me know and I'll show you. I'm happy to show like literally anything. I guess, okay, one more thing I can show you. And then I tell you what, then I'm going to end this video and then I'll make another video, like tomorrow's video. I'll go through some more of your comments because I want to record like 8 of these videos today. I'm recording them all at once because I'm going to be away for the next couple of days with my friends. So I'll cut this video short in a second, but here's some videos that are getting released. So here's a couple more, this one here. Let me make them a bit bigger for you. So this is tomorrow's video. No, wait. Okay, when I'm recording this, this is going to get a little confusing. I'm recording this ahead of time. You guys would have already watched this video, number 4. You would have already watched that video, but to me, it hasn't been released yet because I'm recording some of these ahead of time. Number 5, what else we got? Is guilt ruining your life? Guilt is a drug. Yeah, I liked this video. I recorded this ages ago, but I've scheduled it for next year, I think. Yeah. No, 29th of December. Actually, no, we want to schedule that for later than that. Otherwise, there'll be some overlap. That'll do. Schedule it for then. But yeah, is guilt ruining your life? I talked a lot about how a lot of us are addicted to guilt. And we almost use it like a drug. We almost get a weird high from it. It's like you guilt trip yourself. And you see that with religious guilt where people will beat themselves up and go like, oh, Jesus, I'm so sorry. I'm a bad person. And people do it to other people. That commenter that I read out before, who was it? Ned Flanders. Yeah. Where you said, I know the money would be better spent on a photo shoot for Tinder. That's guilt. That's like, there's that little feeling of guilt of like, man, I can't spend my money like this. And people feel guilt when they're going outside and, for instance, guys chasing women or like hitting on women and saying, I want to build my sex life. I want to improve my sex life. There's a lot of guilt there. Especially I see this with guys in their 30s and they're like, I should be working on a business. I should be thinking of finding a girlfriend and settling down. It's like, that's guilt. So in this video, I cover the topic of guilt and how we guilt trip ourselves a lot. What else we got? Imogen put together a compilation of I think it was like 4 of my coaching clients and their like crazy sex stories and their BDSM stories. So like a little 10-minute compilation. So that'll be fun. Imogen has been doing a few more videos recently. So she's got one on like femdom, how she became a bit more dominant. And mostly I think I haven't actually watched this video. She's been doing a lot of content like on her own, which I really appreciate. And I think in this, she's going to talk about how she dominates women. Every now and then I will get her to take the lead with me as well. and be like dominant with me, but I have to like prompt that in her. I have to like literally say, I want you to take the lead today. I want you to be dominant today. And I basically trained her on how to be dominant. And we have a video on that on our channel, like how I did that. If you just search my channel for Femdom, there's this big one here, Femdom, how to find dominant women. And in that, we literally talk about how you can train women to be dominant. Like even the most submissive women. Imogen is so unbelievably submissive. You cannot imagine how submissive she is. But yet she still was willing and enjoys being trained to be more dominant. I've never met an exception to that, by the way. Like every single submissive woman that I've ever, or every woman that I've ever met is willing to and enjoys being a little dominant as long as I'm telling them exactly what to do. So it's almost like I'm being the dominant one. I'm taking the lead, but I'm then telling them what to do. So it's almost like I'm the director and she's the actress and she's acting out being a bit dominant, but I'm still directing it the entire time. So yeah, every woman I've ever been with really likes being dominant, but I've had to walk most of them through it. And every now and then I'll meet a woman who's dominant and can just do it on her own. It doesn't need prompting from me. And that's really hot too, but that's really rare. That's like, I don't know, 1 in 50 women or something. Okay, this was a video we did recently about a girl that we've been dating for 1 year now. And she came on the podcast and we all sat down and talked about things that we're grateful for and, you know, what we've been through and how we met and all of that. And she was anonymous in that podcast. She's like off camera and stuff. That's her in the thumbnail. And that's Imi in the thumbnail. And that's me in the thumbnail. But yeah, we sat down, had this nice podcast. And we have a lot of love for her. We've been seeing her for a year now. And, you know, we've had plenty of sex in that time. We've had plenty of wild threesomes and shit like that. And we've had plenty of adventures. You know, we've hung out with her like, I don't know, like 20 times where we don't even have sex. We just hang out and do stuff together. So we like her a lot. She's a big part of our lives and we're going to see her for, we've said this to her a million times. We're happy to see you for as long as you're happy to see us. And she's fairly independent in her life and she's got a lot going on with her career and her own self-improvement and her own goals and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll probably see her for a while. I could easily see, I don't predict the future, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see each other for another couple of years even, you know. Eliminate rejection by having no expectations. So in this one, I talk about how, you know, the entire concept of rejection, you know, quote, rejection, falls apart if you just don't have any expectations. The reason that people feel like they got rejected is because they were expecting it to go a certain way. And then she says, no, thank you, I have a boyfriend. And then he goes, oh shit, I got rejected. But if you don't have any expectations, if you just walk in there to every girl that you approach or every life situation that you walk into, if you walk in there just saying in your head, I will just see what happens, then there is no rejection. It's just she said, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And you said, oh, isn't that interesting? Cool. She said she's not interested. I didn't get rejected. She just said she wasn't interested. So yeah, a lot on my channel is about like how to get rid of the concept of rejection or let go, step out of, evolve from the concept of rejection. Because when you call it a rejection, when you focus on it being a rejection, you just hurt yourself. You make this whole thing much more difficult because you start walking on eggshells and then you start doing things to avoid getting rejected. And that's playing not to lose. You know, I talked about this in my video course and I'll leave a link in the description to the video course. That link is in the description of every video, by the way. It's called the Play to Win video course. But I talked about the concept of playing not to lose. And when you focus on rejection, you're trying not to lose. You're like, fuck, I hope I don't get rejected. You know, I don't want to get rejected. But if you instead just say, I'm going to just see what happens, then you're playing to win. No matter what happens, you've learned something. If she says, hey, fuck off and don't talk to me, which by the way, most women will never say that. But if she says, fuck off and don't talk to me, you go, oh, wow, I learned something interesting. She's grumpy today. That woman is grumpy. Don't talk to her again. Or some women every now and then might tell me to go away, which by the way is really rare. But I've learned something. Cool. So I didn't get rejected. I didn't lose. I won. I gained something. She taught me something. She was my perfect teacher. And by the way, even if a woman was to say, fuck off and don't talk to me, which I promise you doesn't happen, unless you go clubbing and then yes, it can happen. But if a woman says, fuck off and don't talk to me, cool, she's teaching me stoicism. She's teaching me to be more resilient. She's making me stronger. Yeah, it might hurt a little bit in the moment. I might go home and feel bad about myself and all of that, but I will eventually be okay. So she has taught me something beautiful. She's taught me to be stronger. She's taught me not to be so upset by what other people's reactions are to me. So she's a perfect teacher. Like, thank you. And you can even then sit there and write a list. And I do this with all my coaching clients. You can write 3 reasons why it's a good thing that she just told you to fuck off. 1, it makes me more stoic. Number 2, it means that if anyone ever tells me to fuck off again, I can laugh and go, huh, I've already been told to fuck off. Like, that's okay. I know what happens now. I know I'll be okay. And number 3, it makes me more grateful for the women that are super nice to me. And now I know now I know what to look out for. I look out for the women that are nice to me. And if someone isn't nice to me, I'll leave. I don't want to spend my time with that person. And they obviously don't want to spend their time with me. Isn't that beautiful? We don't waste each other's time. So there's a 4th reason. If she tells me to fuck off, she's saving me and her time. That's beautiful. And so if you can come up with reasons why it's a good thing that you got, quote, rejected, then you don't ever suffer anymore. There is no rejection. There's just gain. There's just learning. There's just knowledge. Next video is a girl's thoughts on men being honest. And this is like I reacted to an article that Imogen wrote a while ago. And I kind of gave some updated thoughts on this. She wrote an article about what she thinks about me being honest and vulnerable and how she respects me more because of it. And then I responded to an article that another girl wrote about the same topic. And both of these articles are on my website. And by the way, the girl who wrote the second article that I'm going to respond to in this video is this girl, the one that we've been seeing for a year. And all these videos, by the way, are coming out next year. So like 15th of January. I schedule quite a few videos in future. This one here is about fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. Here's the solution. This is a free chapter from my video course. In total, I think I released half. Like by the time this goes out, I would have released half of the video course for free. And I'll leave it there. I won't release any more of it for free, but I'm happy to show it on screen all the time because the video course is so fucking relevant to half of what I talk about. You'll hear me mention it in like half of the content that I do. And sometimes I'll show it on the screen and I'll show you the relevant chapters and talk about it because I have a feeling it's going to be useful for the rest of my life, that video course. I really did just pour like everything I've learned over the last 20 years. Cam did a video on sexual anxiety and whether or not, if you feel like it's ruining your sex life, like what to do about it. And then, here's the final chapter that I'm releasing. I think this gets released in March. But you can grab the video course for $1 anyway. You can pay whatever you want for it, but it's $1. So this chapter is about like failure and what to do there. So I will finish this video up. This is 30 minutes. I told myself this morning that all these videos were just going to be 10 minutes long so I could bang out a bunch of them. But you guys and girls know that I love to hang out with all of you and I love to fucking talk. So as always, go out there, crush those goals. If you're feeling a little lonely over Christmas, that's okay. You can leave a comment and I will respond to them and other people will respond to them. And I will be back again tomorrow. Technically, I'm going to record it right this second, but you will watch it tomorrow, the next video. So as always, go out there, crush those goals, have a good time, and love you all very much.